to land management reform in Enugu State. Now, in a move that signals a statewide shift from analog to digital in land survey records, the state government has introduced a digital survey management system with a mission to protect land and resolve land administration issues in the state. The system was the focus of a one-day workshop organized by the state government on Tuesday through the Office of the Surveyor General and the Ministry of Lands and Urban Development at Surveyor's House, Enugu, themed Understanding the Enugu State Digital Survey Management System, Purpose, Benefits, and Implications. Joining us now to discuss this is Professor Victor Nnam, who is a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors and former Commissioner for Lands and Urban, of course, Development in the state. Thank you so much, Professor Nnam, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we must start here, Prof. Nnam. You spoke so eloquently during the workshop yesterday. You addressed so many questions, and there was little left for the resource person. So we have to say that live.
Thank you.
Now, we did some research and found that in earlier reports, you strongly backed this survey record digitization drive. But many people still don't understand it. It seems like a message for surveyors. They're wondering who exactly is this message for. So could we speak to the benefits, the implications, who would be affected, and why this is so important in land issues in the state today?
Okay, thank you very much, Natalie. The digital survey reform, or the digital survey system, is the foundation of the Enugu Geographic Information System, which the government of Enugu State have established. One of the functions of government is to protect the life and properties of people, and that includes their landed property. And then, as a former Commissioner for Land, while in office, I realized that we have several issues, accumulated issues over the years that has to do with survey. And there are so many litigations that are based on survey that cannot be resolved except these survey issues are resolved. That is why I am very happy that government is adopting this digital survey system. So this digital survey system is a multi-purpose cadastre. A cadastre is a digital land information system whereby every parcel of land is accounted for. So why it is taken down to survey, why survey is the foundation, is that it is these surveyors that create a parcel of land. If a surveyor carries out a survey of a parcel of land, deeds of assignments, land transactions are made based on that, and titles are created, and those titles are transferred from one person to the other. So, and then government should be able to keep track of all these transactions. It has advantage, one, for the government, two, for the general public, members of the public who purchase landed property, and three, for the practicing surveyors, for the town planners, and for us, the academic people who teach students in the institutions. So for the government, the advantage is that it helps government resolve land disputes and land issues which have to do with communities, corporations, and even government. It helps government to protect the land rights of people, the title of people, which is one of the functions of the government. Thirdly, it helps government to generate more revenue. So for individuals who purchase land, they are unsuspecting. So if you show them a land and say, okay, this is my land, come and buy it, this is my survey plan, they will just buy it. They are innocent. When they see that survey plan, they cannot interpret it. It takes only a surveyor to interpret it. And if this survey is not in a digital platform where all these survey can be referenced and seen together, one will not know that this survey is overlapping another survey. Or you are buying a land that is already located in Okpara Square, but you are being shown somewhere in Enugu'S. But according to this survey, this land is in Okpara Square. And you and I know that Okpara Square has a purpose, you cannot be sold. So at the end, if there is any dispute in court and these surveys are charted, you find out that your own survey is wrong because of the reference system, while your opponent has the right survey. So you lose that case because of the technicality issues of these surveys. So now the government of Enugu State have found out these issues, and they try to establish a digital survey system where every survey can be seen in one system, in one coordinate system. So if you want to buy a land, you can go and verify it. That survey is charted to be able to know whether this survey really falls exactly at that point where you are shown that this survey is situated, or whether this survey is in dispute, conflicting with another land where somebody is already laying claim. So it secures the title or the land holding of individuals. So for us, the practicing surveyors, it helps us to practice ethically, help us to generate more revenue, and helps us to avoid unnecessary litigations, avoiding land grabbers and land fraudsters dragging surveyors into their fraudulent activities. So if you're a surveyor and you chart this thing and see exactly where this land is situated, you can say, no, I cannot survey Obara Square because it is a government property.
Right. Okay. The revalidation exercise. We understand that that is where this is basically the focus on this, because everybody has to revalidate the survey plan, isn't it?
Yes.
It has to be validated. So what does this mean? And I want Enugu to listen closely to this response. What does this mean for the average Enugu landowner, whether at home or in diaspora, who possesses land in the state? What does this revalidation exercise mean, and how can they fulfill the requirements of the exercise?
Okay, so this digital survey system have created room for the past and the present. So in the present, in the interim, every survey will be made in accordance to this coordinate system of this new digital system. But all the land transactions and surveys that were made in the past, the owners or the people who claim the title or the successors in title of the owners need to go and revalidate. That is to digitally see or confirm the position of this survey in this system, to be sure that this survey falls at the exact position where it's supposed to fall. Of course, we know that there are inherent parametric inconsistencies in the past surveys because of the coordinate system, because then we had many coordinate systems. We use UTM, there's one in Nsukka, there's one in Albany, Nightmare, Ojiriva. So different coordinate systems. And then when you continue doing survey, they overlap and they conflict. So now resolving these issues is what this revalidation will help us to.
So how?
As you bring your survey, if there are inherent inconsistencies in your survey, either the transformation parameters are applied to transform it to the right coordinate, or there's a resurvey. There will be a ground resurvey. Surveyors will go to the ground to resurvey it in this new coordinate system, so that in order to give Enugu State government the right information to make informed decisions.
So how? So I own land and I engage a surveyor who surveyed the land, and now I want to get my land revalidated, the survey plan of that land rather revalidated. How do I do it, and what would it cost? Okay,
there are designated agencies for that by Enugu State Government. You can do it in Office of Surveyor General. You can do it in Enugu State Housing Development Corporation. You can do it in Enugu State Geographic Information System. There are other private organizations that are designated, but I know they will publish it soon. So when you get there, you submit your title document and your survey plan, and then you pay, I think it's about 100,000. You pay it, they key in your details, and then upload your survey plan. If your survey plan has issues and you have paid the surveyor that made it, then you have to refer back to that surveyor to correct it. Because in this revalidation process, there is also a dashboard for the surveyor, because all the surveyors practicing in Enugu are registered on this platform.
So just let me come in there now for some clarity. During the workshop, we learned from one of the resource persons, the key resource person, that the price of the revalidation will be based on the area
Yes.
the exact location. So someone in Ababa will not be paying the same as someone in Independence Layout.
Yes.
So it's more of a progressive, or is it progressive or is it regressive?
It is based on maximum and minimum likelihood of the value of land in that area. Like you said, Independence Layout has not the same value with Ababa. So the difference in location can also affect the revalidation. Also, the size of the survey can affect the cost of
So
the
I have a really a question to ask, and it's a morbid question. What if the surveyor is dead and the surveyor gave you a wrong plan? What does such a landowner do in the event of death of the surveyor who messed up the plan?
Okay, if if a surveyor is late, the law provides that any other surveyor practicing Enugu can carry out the resurvey. But if the surveyor is dead, I don't know what to say. Maybe you have to bear the cost because the government will not bear the cost for you. It's unfortunate, but someone has to bear the cost.
So I have to ask this question because a lot of this is focusing on actual coordinates of land and land measurement. One of the issues we cover here is usually not even to do with coordinates, but duality of ownership of the same title.
Yeah.
And also we have communal and cultural lands. All of us, we have Umuna land. There's an age you get to, you're giving that land. And you have an issue where gentrification and urbanization is moving into an area, and you now have conflict of rural, urban. So how does this system address these issues? Has it taken into consideration the fact that, this duality of title, the same correct title, and of course, this issue, because, even I, based on a documentary we are doing on this sort of conflict, will be in court next Monday.
Yeah.
So I know how much of an issue,
Yeah,
urbanization of an area. So how does this address it?
Okay, urbanization is an inevitable thing. It happens everywhere. And it's not something we should resist. It's something we should embrace. So, and we're also aware that Enugu State Government recently designated some areas that used to be rural as urban. So this survey system have also captured them. So which means that if you're applying to carry out any survey in those areas, you must follow the purpose clause of those areas. And secondly, for the issue of duplicity of title or multiple claims of title, that is why this system has been put in place. That is the major reason. Because before, where every survey is done in different systems, a surveyor can survey this land and give you the survey plan and walk away. Another person from the same village can call a different surveyor to survey this land and walk away. Two of you are from the same village, laying claim to this land. Two of you will sell it to two different unsuspecting people, and they will see it as bush and also take the title document and walk away. Maybe 10 years later, when they want to build something there, issues will come up. Okay, let me paint an example. Just like when banks were still dealing on analog files. If you come to bank, you spend like 6 hours just waiting to withdraw 5,000 naira. They will bring out your file, cancel the amount, collect your tally number, add and subtract. So in those days, you have all kind of frauds. People can duplicate your account, duplicate your name in the same bank. You can have many accounts that are not linked to the same name. But now, you can have the same account. You can have the same person having duplicate identity. So now, because of your BVN, every account in your name in every bank is linked to that unique identifier. So that is what government is trying to do in land administration. So every parcel of land must be identified, and it will have a unique identifier and has a unique title and owner. It cannot have duplicity of.
Who own the community land?
The community will own their land. There are still community layouts. All the community layouts are adopted in this system by the surveyors that did it, because every surveyor practicing in Enugu is registered on the platform, and they have their own dashboard to impute their surveys.
So that now clarifies the next question, because I understand there's a database, there's some kind of site that the surveyors can go and impute. So is it the surveyors that would fill in the data, or is it the owner of the survey plan? Who would fill in the data on that portal?
Okay, it's a database, and both the surveyor and the landowner, they all have unique identifiers. The surveyor is responsible to upload all the surveys that he did, just like the conventional method that was done, as the law requires that every surveyor that carries out a survey in Enugu must submit a copy, a hard copy, to the surveyor general. That is how the system adopted it, and every surveyor that carries out a survey must submit a soft copy to this system to be uploaded. So the surveyor uploads it, it will be there. But you, the owner, comes to register at the owner. So the surveyor uploads it at the survey.
Right. So there's no unique price. There's no unique fee for this revalidation exercise. It depends on the area, right? Now, speaking directly to, well, the issues some people have as to who is this going to benefit? Is this another revenue generation model for the government? Why should they accept this revalidation exercise without pushback? Why should an Enugu resident support this initiative? Why should they take a break from the past and jump into a modern future?
Okay, this is not another revenue generation channel for the government. This thing is mainly for the benefit and security of the citizens. Because if there is a land dispute, I mean, government is not losing. If you fight with government over land, they will defeat you. So it's not for government. It is for ordinary people, the unsuspecting land buyers who are innocent. Some people invest their savings, their life savings, their pension, their gratuity, and they end up losing it because there are no ways of verifying distance. So I don't advise anybody to push back on this. I advise every member of the public who have anything to do with land in Enugu to go and verify his land. If there is any issue about the verification, the person should do anything to resolve the issue through the surveyor as fast as possible.
Is there a deadline? Is there a timeline? Is there any need for urgency in this exercise?
I know December was given for surveyors, but I know the surveyor general intends to extend the deadline to sometime next year, because he needs to get every surveyor on board. So I know they are going to extend the deadline to sometime next year.
So just one final question, because I know we've been talking of land. Does it also apply to built-up areas, like a house within an estate? Because again, for me, just out of lack of understanding of how it goes, an estate is probably the estate developer probably has the survey, and everybody within the estate has their house. Do you have to go and revalidate your own that you bought within the estate?
Yes. It's just like when BVN was created. It has to do with existing accounts and new accounts. So if you have any landed property, whether built up or not, you need to do it. The advantage of your title being accessible online is that it is bankable, it is easily marketable. You can actually do a search report on your land from London. You can be in Abuja and market your land. Someone can access the portal online and check and see that you are the owner of the landed property. So it's not in your interest that your property is not online. It's in your interest that you upload it, even though you are living in it. Nobody is disputing it with you, but it's very, very important that you do that.
Okay, so I have 2 ears, but I don't like to hear. If I don't revalidate my survey plan, what will be my fate?
You run the risk of land grabbers attempting to dispute your land in future, because we know there are criminal elements who are in the land market who try to see absentee landlords. If they check a land and see that this guy is not really around, this land has been fallow for 10 years, they can enter there and start building something, maybe forge some documents, maybe use it to do something you cannot predict. So it's for your own security that you do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Nnam. Is there anything else you would like to add before we wrap up?
Okay, I would like to add that this system will also help us, the academics, because one of the challenges we have in the institutions, both University of Nigeria, Enugu State University, and other institutions where I've lectured, is that we don't have data for GIS analysis and spatial analysis. So as a surveyor who is on the platform and I have access to this system, can use it for demonstration for my students, and students can use it as a learning tool free of charge without having to spend any money. So I want to thank Dr. Victor Nnam, the governor of Enugu State, for this initiative, and surveyors are happy. As a practicing surveyor too, I'm also happy because it has improved my revenue generation in my practice.
So I have to ask you one last question before we let you go about NGES. How is NGES receiving this new redesignation to the Office of the Surveyor General for issues concerning survey plans? Because that has been at the back of my mind. Is NGES is it supporting this? Is it supporting this? Is it supporting this move that the Surveyor General will be the one that will basically validate any of this property? Because initially we thought that NGES was going to be at the helm of it.
No. There's no conflict. There is no conflict. I've been in government as an official in charge of land administration. There are a lot of sister agencies in charge of landed property transaction, like Housing Corporation, NGES. We have Ministry of Lands. The Office of Surveyor General is extra-ministerial, it's independent, and the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives the Surveyor General the powers to control the practice of surveying in any state. Okay, so there is no duplicity of function. It's the function of the Surveyor General, but NGES is a sister agency, and there is this synergy between them. So NGES on their own dashboard or platform can access this information. They can use it for the preparation of their CFO. So before NGES can use this survey for CFO, it has been verified and confirmed.
I think that's also quite helpful for NGES as well. Thank you, Professor Nnam, for joining the show today. We'll continue to monitor how this goes, and I want to encourage every single Enugu resident that has anything to do with land to go ahead and revalidate his or her survey plan. Now that it's still open to do that, do it, so you don't have to contend with land grabbers and the courtroom. The morning show has come to an end. On behalf of the entire production team of the Afia Morning Show, this is a thank you for watching.
And have a nice day.